Welcome back to the Cruise Dynasty podcast. Back at it again. Man, we just gonna stay on theme. Well, hey, we got a couple episodes in the bank. Heck, I shouldn't talk about it out of order, but anyways, Craft man, what's up, man? We gonna do some rookies tonight. Talk. If you want to listen to a lot of our analysis, most of it is out. Check out the podcast and give us a 5-star review. Me and Kraft, we're breaking down rookies like crazy. Got a couple more episodes left to go. But yeah, we're gonna do a mock draft. We're gonna go at least a round, maybe even go 2 rounds. We'll break maybe not go too in depth, but Kraft man, what's up, man? I keep rambling on. What's going on, man?
Shit, 2 rounds. We're going to get at least 3 in here because if y'all want to hear our rookie content, you know we've done our research on these players and we hadn't dropped our rankings yet. We're going to wait till after the draft to do that, but we got a good feel on these players, and what we're going to do in this mock draft tonight is instead of letting the computers pick, me are just going to alternate. He's going to pick number 1, I'm going to pick number 2, and so on and so forth because we've done a little bit of research. It doesn't mean we're right, and we definitely, for sure, ain't fucking experts, but I feel like it's going to be a little bit better than the computer picking ADPs because we are the public, and public opinion matters on where these players are drafted rather than just some kind of, I don't even know what you call it, computerized system thing. Who knows?
Yeah. That just goes by ADP for the most part, but I think me and you, we just gonna basically, it's not gonna be like we're building a team. I'm just gonna pick as if I was picking from the 103. If I had that 107 pick, this is who I would take. View it from that standpoint. So right, we'll just get right on into this thing, because there ain't really much to do with this first pick. So 101, I'm gonna say Bijan Robinson, and pretty much this has been my only thing. I will take Bijan Robinson, even number 1 at Superflex, because I think having an elite running back like this is such an advantage if he's going to get the production we all think he's going to get. My only thing is, if people out there, I would challenge anybody out there, if Anthony Richardson is really what you think he might be, if you're buying into all this athleticism, I say take him at the 101 if that's what you really think he is. If you really think he could be Josh Allen. Other than that, Bijan Robinson, pretty simple. What you say, Craft Man?
Yeah, that's the consensus 101 all the way around. Standard. Ain't got much to say about it. He's going to go 101 in every rookie draft you do, I'm sure. And at the number 2 pick, I'm going to go with Bryce Young. Things have changed. I wanted C.J. Stroud. I've been saying on previous podcasts that I would like the quarterback that goes to the Panthers instead of the Texans. I'm going to get Bryce Young because I think he's going to be with the Panthers. Good organization. Better than the Texans, even though they could draft a... That's the only thing, Matt. Right here, after the rookie draft, if the Texans end up getting C.J. Stroud and then get JSN with their number 12 pick, I will pick C.J. Stroud over Bryce Young. But as of now, I'm going Bryce Young, number 2, in Superflex.
Hey, what about, say, the Texans? They don't draft quarterback. There's rumors saying that they might not even go get a quarterback. This would allow C.J. Stroud a better landing spot, except for maybe Vegas. I don't really like Vegas like that.
It could be the Colts. Well, the Colts would be the landing spot for C.J. Stroud. And all right, well, here's my mathematical thing right here. Okay, Bryce Young, if he goes to the Panthers, and the Texans don't draft C.J. Stroud and JSN. If they draft both of them, I'm going to go C.J. Stroud. If C.J. Stroud falls to the Colts, I'm going to go C.J. Stroud also. But as of right now, a lot of things got to happen. The Texans got a lot of holes to fill. They do need a receiver. They do need a quarterback, but they need a lot of things. So I'm going to go with Bryce Young, probably going to the Panthers, and I'm just going to stick with that as of now.
At the 103, I would go C.J. Stroud. We've been talking about him. That's a main debate. I think there are a lot of people out there that would take Anthony Richardson at the 102. Kraft, you would put Anthony Richardson at the behind these guys. Like, would you take him at the 103 if you
No,
so
absolutely not.
so
Absolutely not.
me and Kraft definitely have our opinions on Anthony Richardson. They ain't too high. The athleticism's off the charts, but the production wasn't there, and his film is just trash. So, C.J. Stroud at the 103 for me, easily.
Yep. And since we're doing this alternating, we're acting like different teams right here. So of course, if I got Bryce Young, probably wouldn't go C.J. Stroud. But at the 104, since whoever's going to be at the 104, if that is what's available, C.J. Stroud will be my pick at the 104. If you take Anthony Richardson in the 103,
Right. So would you
and
take Anthony Richardson at the 104?
no, absolutely not. I don't believe in Anthony Richardson. There's only two sides of this coin. Either you really believe or you don't. They're not like Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, where they will be first-year starters when they come into the league. Anthony Richardson might have to wait until he even sees a snap, and the thing I'm concerned with him is that he's just not going to see enough playing time in the NFL. But
So who would you take at the 104?
at the 104, I would take you. Who'd you take at the 103? I thought you took Anthony Richardson at the 103.
Nah, C.J. Stroud. Your
No
drunk
shit.
ass.
Okay. At the 104, you were just talking about Anthony Richardson. That's what I heard. So you took C.J. Stroud at the 103. At the 104, I'm going to go with JSN then.
Yeah. I would have done the same thing, Kraft man. You know
After
where I
all
stand,
that
you know.
shit.
So JSN, I would definitely take at the 104. I'm with you. Even though quarterback is king, uh, but this is what I'll say at the 105. That's where I would take Anthony Richardson. Would you do that?
Mm, probably not. Probably not. But like I said, I'm not an Anthony Richardson believer. So you did take Anthony Richardson. You done took him twice. You done took him at the number 3 and number 5. Damn. You really like
Oh,
this guy.
hey, Richardson, I just think he could possibly put up some Justin Fields. Even though I'm not really a believer he could get to a second contract. I mean, maybe he can. I don't know, man. Can he put up a Justin Fields type season? I do believe he could.
Yeah,
So,
maybe, but he might put up that one season and then not play again after that. I mean, even Justin Fields was even after his great year, they were talking about, oh, could they draft a quarterback? Could the Bears draft a quarterback at the number 1 pick? I'm not
right.
I'm not in on Anthony Richardson. I just don't think he's gonna. The accuracy is a problem. But so where am I at now? I'm at the 106.
6.
I'm at the 106. I'm gonna take um I'll take Jahmyr Gibbs right here. 106. I really want to see a landing spot for this guy, but he fits the new NFL perfectly. If he goes to the right spot, he could absolutely blow up. So Jahmyr Gibbs, the 106, I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't even know if he'll drop that far. Do you, Matt?
No, I don't think he will. I think I could see him going in the first round still, in my opinion. I could definitely see him going in the late first, especially if the Bijan goes real high. I could definitely see it. So at the 107, I would go. See, this one's tough for me. I would go. I think I would go Charbonnet, but I like Jordan Addison. I would go. So if I was at the 107 in the Superflex League, I would take Zach Charbonnet. We break him down. He's just a back that I think's definitely going to get second day. Second, I think he's going to get second round draft capital. So at the 107, I would take Charbonnet. You agree with that one, Kraft?
Yep, that's who I'd take there. And at the 108, I'm going to go with my second receiver that I like, and I would take Zay Flowers out of Boston College at the 108. I like him a little bit better than Addison. I just love his film. Boston College pretty much just wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands.
Um, yeah, I like Zay Flowers too. I think I still like Jordan Addison more. That's one guy we haven't released yet in our breakdowns, Jordan Addison. So, but I do like Jordan Addison. I would take him over Zay Flowers. But since Zay Flowers went at the 108 in this draft, at the 109, if I was picking from that spot, I would take Jordan Addison. He's a small guy too, but I think Jordan Addison is my second wide receiver. So, what you say? Would you go? I know you like Zay Flowers, but after Zay, then would you say Addison?
Yeah, I go Addison there, and you left me at a tough spot because I'm going back to the film we watched right here, and you know, people want to take a shot on Will Levis right here. I'm not one of them guys. Oh, Will Levis, not
Hell
gonna
no.
take him. Not gonna take him right here. I'm gonna try to go with my best overall player, and the best overall player that is in this range for me would be the draft capital is going to mean a lot. But at the 110, I'm going to take Tank Bigsby. It's getting spicy. It's
Drunk
getting
ass, man.
spicy. It's getting
Motherfucker.
spicy, man. I don't like Quentin Johnson that much, man. Not high on him. Can't do it. You go ahead and take him.
Tank. Man, I'll just say this. That one is a spicy take because, we haven't ranked our running backs yet, but there's a lot of running backs I would take over Tanks Bigsby. Although I do like Tanks Bigsby. Yeah, draft capital. We'll see where he goes. But as of today, I think you are insane for that pick. But all right, Tank
Quentin
Bigsby at the
Johnson.
110, at the 111. I've been seeing Quentin Johnson. It's crazy. I've seen Quentin Johnson definitely drop to the 111. I've been looking at some rookie mocks. I'm at the 111 right here. I would take Quentin Johnson, OQJ. I think that's just a good value pick at that point. This is a guy you had no chance of getting if you had the 111 a few weeks ago. But now there's always there's receivers that get some tough news, tough bad news breaks and stuff like that. Treylon Burks was one last year. This year, it's QJ. So I'll take Quentin Johnson at the 111. Not that I'm high on him. Know what I mean, Craft Man?
I don't like QJ, obviously. I didn't pick him. I think he's going to be one of them. He's just going to, I don't know. I think he's going to be a bust. That's all I got to say. There's a lot of receivers that have came out with his type of ability, and the contested catches and the drops and everything just got a hold on me. I'd rather take a shot. That's why I did take a shot on a running back right there instead of QJ, even though he's kind of in that tier and it drops off a little bit with receivers right there. But somebody else can have QJ. I'm going to take my shots. And this is before the NFL draft. Tank Bigsby might look like a terrible draft pick right now, but if he gets draft capital, all that thing, all this stuff will change. So I'm sitting here at the 112?
Yep.
At the 112, even though I hate him, I'm going to have to take Will Levis. at the 112. He has to get drafted at some point in time. He'll probably get good draft capital in the NFL. I haven't seen hardly any mock drafts where Will Levis is going to drop out of the first round. So you got to take your shot, even though I don't like his film.
Yeah, look, Kraft, I was already thinking in my head when you were talking about the last guy, QJ. I was like, would I take Will Levis at the 12? And I was like, man, hell no. I would not take Will Levis. I know quarterback is king. I do not buy this one. You, I mean, hey, if you want to know how I feel about Will Levis, go check out the episodes. We break him down. I would just go ahead and just start. Just hopefully I got somewhat of a quarterback, a decent quarterback situation, and just pass on that one and go get you some somebody else. So let's recap this first round real quick. I got it right here. At the 101, we went Bijan. At the 102, we went Bryce Young. At the 103, we went C.J. Stroud. 104, JSN. 105, Anthony Richardson. 106, Jahmyr Gibbs. 107, old Charbonnet. Charbonnet. 108, Zay Flowers. 109, Jordan Addison. Number 10, Tank Bigsby. 111, QJ. 112, Will Levis. One thing I want to add, I think reason why I would take JSN over Anthony Richardson is that's the number one wide receiver. You know, number one wide receiver is going to have to come ahead of the number 3 QB in this situation for me. So at the 104, I would take him. I know I'm just rambling on. But all right, at the 201, heck, let me look at let's see what's going on there at the 201.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and you know what? You took a little reach on one today. I got one
I bet you I can
spicy.
guess it. I bet you I can guess it.
I'm gonna go Zach
Is he?
Evans.
Okay.
What
That wasn't what I was going to guess, but
was you gonna
okay.
say?
The pick I'm about to make.
Yeah, Zach Evans. Look, man, I'm just starting to buy into it. Sometimes shit just don't. I mean, I think all my concerns were like off-field stuff. Sometimes shit just don't work out, and maybe this dude is a little weird or something. He's got some off-field issues and shit, and that's something about getting suspended for his championship. It is what it is. Like he's going to the NFL now. That's all in the past. I could definitely see him being up there with his athletic ability. At the 201, Zach Evans.
All right, at the 202. This is going to be maybe a reach here. I'm trying to think of what can make it to me by the time you pick, and that's kind of how all the rookie drafts go. And I know this guy will make it back, so I'm not going to take him. So I realize, Matt, we both didn't take a tight end in our first round. So I'm still not going to take a tight end here because I like the tight end class, but I'll pass because I feel like well, I'll go ahead and say it. We're not competing against each other. The number one tight end in this class is Michael Mayer, and he's not the one I want for fantasy. He's probably the better overall tight end, but as far as a pass catcher, he's not the one I want. So I'm going to take a reach here, and I'm going to go with Tajay Spears at the 202. Because I love Tajay Spears.
Man, we were just, raving over him in that episode where we broke him down. The film is just, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, these running backs, I think I got a lot of second round picks and throughout a couple leagues, and I'm just gonna reach on the running backs I want to get. I mean, we'll see what these landing spots end up being, but as of now, breaking it down, I'm gonna just go get who the fuck I want. Listen, I agree 100% with you about Kincaid. I would take him at the 203 in super flex. So
Is that who you're taking?
yep, I'm gonna take him right now. Dalton Kincaid, I'm with you. I like him better than Michael Mayer myself. So best pass catching tight end. We haven't broken him down yet on the film yet. So, but I'm been buying into the Dalton Kincaid hype. Tight end premium, assuming this is a tight end premium league, I like this pick.
Yep. I like it too. I think that's a proper spot for him to go, and I'm going to go with Devon A-Chain right here, 204. I think that's proper spot for him. I like this film. Extremely athletic. 4.3, 240. Needs to work on his pass catching a little bit, but if you want to hear our breakdowns, go back to the previous episodes. We broke all these jokers down, so this is just our rankings right here.
Right. So if I was picking at the 205 and the draft was going like this, I would take Kendre Miller out of TCU. I like his size. I think he's good. And all honestly, I really do truly believe this. If he didn't get hurt in that playoff game, I think he would be the RB3 coming out of this class. So that's who I would take at the 205.
Okay. At the 206, I'm going to have to go here. I'll get Michael Mayer at the 206. Take my risk with my tight end premium league. I don't want to draft a tight end in the first round, but I think a 206 is a decent value at this point for the number one ranked tight end. Probably going to be the first drafted, if not the second drafted tight end in the NFL draft. So I'll take him there.
You know, the thing I'm noticing about this draft just overall is I've been saying these second round picks, I want to use these on these running backs. But in these third and fourth rounds, I'm not going to, shy away from taking a shot of some of these tight ends. It's a good tight end draft as well. So I'm with you. At the 207, I would take. This one's tough. But I think I would take a shot at someone like Cedric Tillman, big bodied wide receiver out of Tennessee. It's a small class. Some of these bigger guys, you can get good value on them. Cedric Tillman was the best wide receiver at Tennessee the year before. He went down, and then Hyatt pretty much took over. And I believe Tillman could have came back during the year, but he just decided, I'm going to go ahead and get ready for the draft. So I like Cedric Tillman all right. I've liked this film. Okay.
So you do like him. You like him over Hyatt.
Yes, for sure. I don't buy into Hyatt, man. I don't know why. I think it's because I know the offense is. I mean, the offense is I ain't gonna say a gimmick offense. But the dude was wide open all the time, and they were throwing it out. A lot of busted coverages. I mean, he's good though. There ain't no doubt about it. I kind of view him as someone who could go to Buffalo, take Gabe Davis's spot. That's kind of how I view him. But Cedric Tillman, bigger body guy. That's how I would roll with the 207.
All right. Well, we're gonna stick at Tennessee here for the 208, and we're gonna go with Jalen. Hendon Hooker at the 208. Sticking with the Volunteers.
Yep, Hendon Hooker. I'm just ready to see what his draft capital is going to be. I like Hooker, and he can make throws, so that's really the main reason I like him. Production was good, so I'm with you at the 208. So at the 209, I believe I would take a shot on. I think I would take a shot on Sean Tucker. I like me some Sean Tucker. I know a lot of people are down on Sean Tucker. But at the 209, that's some value. I just want to see what his draft capital is. I want to see where his landing spot is. Obviously, we're saying my running back rankings are clearly going to change. These are the guys that I like, though, pretty much in order. I like some of these guys, but if they're not in a good situation, I might rank them lower. So,
Well, at the 210, I'm going with my guy, Israel Abanikanda at the 210, one of my favorite running backs to watch this year. I loved watching Israel Abanikanda, and I want him on my team. I got some of the running backs that I wanted in the second round with Tajay Spears and Abanikanda. So I'm feeling pretty good about it at the 210, getting a getting a productive running back out of the ACC, your favorite conference.
With the 211, I think I would take a shot on Roschon Johnson. He's been picking up steam. 6'2", 223. We broke him down. If you want to hear what we had to say about old Roschon Johnson, let me make sure I wrote him down. Roschon Johnson is who I took at the 211 Craft Man. Just staying on the theme, picking off these running backs in the second round.
Yeah, and at the 212, I'll get me a receiver here. I'm gonna take my shot. He got to get drafted at some point. I'm gonna get Jalen Hyatt here at the 212. Deep threat. A lot of people do really dislike Jalen Hyatt, but there's still a small chance he could be very productive in the NFL as a deep threat. Like you said, Tennessee was a gimmicky offense, but we didn't get to see him in a non-gimmicky offense, so we'll take a shot right here on Jalen Hyatt. He'll probably go a lot higher than this in your normal.
Right.
Wouldn't you think he'd probably go a lot higher than this?
Yeah. ADP was way up there. I think people, if they read through our top 2 rounds right here, some of them would be freaking the fuck out. And that's okay because we don't really care what y'all think. This is pretty much film breakdown right here, and just what we've kind of thought about these guys, especially these higher guys. Some of these are kind of set in stone, but when we started getting through this late first round, second round, these are just guys me and the Craft Man just like. So let's recap the second round real quick. Zach Evans, Tajay Spears, Kincaid, A-Chain, Kendre Miller, Michael Mayer, Cedric Tillman, Hendon Hooker, Sean Tucker, Abanikanda, Roschon Johnson, and Hyatt. Notable names that we don't have in the second round is Josh Downs. A lot of people are high on him. We don't even have to go through a third round. Let's just talk about some of these guys like Josh Downs. Like why is he not in your second round? And I mean, me and you just passed on him 6 times as if we were drafting. So, what you think? What's the word on Josh Downs for you?
I just think we've talked about it in our previous episodes where we don't like this wide receiver class as much as we do the running back class. And Josh Downs, he looked great to me on film. He was athletic. He can get open in zone. But 171 pounds as a slot receiver, and that's pretty much all he is as a slot receiver. I just don't think it's going to work in the NFL. And that's the reason I passed on him is the size. And I hate to be like that, but it's really just the size. I don't see a lot of big playability out of him at this next level. He had a couple. I know his contested catch rate was great, but it's a different league when you go to the NFL from the ACC. I don't see it carrying over. So I'm not gonna take one of my premier picks on somebody I think will get me 100 fantasy points next year.
Another guy we don't have in the first 2 rounds that I like, Marvin Mims. I could see in certain scenarios the way the draft shook up, I could take a shot on Marvin Mims in the back half of the second round.
That would have been my next pick.
Right. So yeah, Marvin Mims would be some good value in our draft if you could get him at the 3-1 or the 3-2 like that. I don't know how many leagues that's going to happen. I know some people are in on Marvin Mims. So what you think? Any particular reason you didn't take him over some of these guys? I would have took him over Hyatt.
Yeah, no real reason. I like Hyatt. I'm not as down on Hyatt as most people are. We hadn't broke down Marvin Mims quite yet, but I mean, Rashee Rice was there. Dwayne McBride was there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys. One guy that I'm not taking a shot on in any rookie draft is Darnell Washington because I think he's going to be better for an NFL team rather than fantasy. There's a lot of big guys like this. Mo Alley Cox. Who's the other guy for the Colts? Their backup.
Jelani
Forget his
Woods.
name. Jelani Woods. These guys, they're absolute beasts. They're absolute just 6'7", 270 pounds. But he's gonna be a blocking tight end. He still only caught 3 touchdowns in college in his whole college career. And we're playing fantasy football. We're not playing who's going to be the best player for your NFL team. I think Darnell Washington, I would love for the Packers to draft Darnell Washington in the second round because he's going to be a great NFL player and a great blocker and good route runner down the seam. But for fantasy, I don't want 2 catches for a touchdown. I mean, a touchdown would be great, but you know what I mean. The volume is never going to be there with Darnell Washington.
Are we both? Are you just automatically out on Keyshawn Butte?
Yes. Absolutely. All the way
Okay.
out. There's just a bunch of these guys that I like a lot better. We broke down Chase Brown. I would take Chase Brown over
Yeah.
Boutte
Yep. Agreed. I
and
think
McBride.
McBride. Heck, I'd take Deuce Vaughn over Butte at this point. I don't even
I don't
care.
know.
He's pretty much off my board. If I get him late in the 4th round, that's fine. I'll take him. I don't know. That could be one. That could be a value. We'll just go ahead and throw it out there. If you believe Keyshawn Boutte has the potential to be anything, you're gonna get some great value where he's going in these rookie drafts. I mean, I'm sitting here talking about I won't even sniff him in the first 3 rounds. Maybe in the back half of
Yeah.
the 3rd. I don't know. I can't just straight up throw him out of here. Like, nah, I can't be like that. There is at a certain point where
Yeah.
I would take Keyshawn Boutte, but it's pretty low.
So I'm picturing our next couple picks is going to be probably Rashee Rice is going to go pretty soon, and Marvin Mims, obviously. Chase Brown, I like him. He would be going pretty quick. Dwayne McBride, and I don't have any reservations about taking some of these later tight ends in the 4th. Get Sam Laporta, and Musgrave. You can take a shot on these guys if you want to in your 4th round of your rookie drafts, especially in a tight end premium. I don't see no problem with that, but that's kind of where my list ends right now. Is there any real sleepers that you want to talk about?
Not really sleepers from my standpoint, but there's some names out there getting buzz. What's his name? Oh, Mingo. His name's been getting a lot of buzz lately. Some people are saying he's gonna go day 2 out of Ole Miss, right? Let me make sure that's right.
Don't ask me. You
Well,
did in
anyways,
college.
I know, and I'm
I've
fumbling the
heard
bag
a
here.
lot of buzz about Xavier Hutchinson too.
Xavier Hutchinson, yep, and I like Xavier Hutchinson, so that's about pretty much it. Those are the guys getting a little buzz right now. Rashee Rice is getting a little more buzz. I've seen people kind of liking him a little bit. But yeah, man, that's like the raw, true, honest 2-round super flex rookie mock draft that you're gonna get right here. Just 2 guys breaking it down. We're not the experts. So you look at this list. I'm sitting here looking at this list, knowing that people would freak the fuck out. I have to put that on Twitter. Uh, but what you think, Kraft man? Anything else to say before we wrap it on up?
I mean, you got to take risk in your rookie drafts. They're rookies. You hadn't seen them play in the NFL yet, so just call your shot. But please don't do your rookie draft before the NFL draft, or you'll end up drafting Tank Bigsby at the 111 or 112 or 110 like I did, and then he gets drafted in the 5th round. This is recorded before the NFL draft, and just wait. Just wait to do your rookie drafts after the draft occurs, and you'll know a little bit more about where these landing spots are and where they were drafted.
Yep. Because this right here, is gonna change after these. If we find out the draft capital and all that. In fact, we'll do another episode. Me and you'll sit down just like this, and we'll do this again, 2 rounds, and we'll see what's so different about it. So, man, thanks for listening to the podcast. 5-star review. You can find me on Twitter at Crew Matt Hamm, Craftman. Where can we get you at?
At Craftman Pack Fan. I've been trying to post a little bit, a couple tweets a day, asking y'all some fantasy questions. So hit me up, and we good.
Yeah, man, we putting in that work. We've been grinding, but hey, man, that's about it, man. We out.
Peace.